And we are rolling. In just over a little bit over 11 hours from now, we have UFC 322, Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. As we get into this card, I have not looked at it at all, but I make some pretty decent picks. For those that don't know, I'm Coin. I make picks here on YouTube, and I also make websites like this. Look at this, real cool. Let me make it actually a little bit compact. Look at that. We can compact the cards now. We can turn it into a list. This is minted MMA. Welcome in. I've been watching the UFC for now over 12 years, pretty much every single event, and I just love it. I decided I'm just going to start making picks because why not? I love the accountability of it, and we are still as well going to tap into Tapology, but for now, it is Viacheslav Borschev versus Matheus Camilo. I'm not entirely sure how to say that man's name from Russia, but we reverse the card order here. Look at this, just so slick. You can expand it to make it larger. You know, you can do whatever you want on this website. It's in active development, so you can't right now, but you know, whenever it comes out, you can. As we make our pick between Viacheslav Borschev and Matheus Camilo. Let's see here. We're gonna open their profiles. So Borschev is 8-6-1. That's basically a woman's record. Look at it. Look at his flag. Look at that beautiful. You see that little glare? It's like the flag is kind of, you know, I don't know, it's doing a thing. It's 4 a.m. right now. I'm a little bit tired, but he's 33 years old, is Borschev, 5'11", 69-inch reach. He has the same reach as Max Holloway here, and same height as well. Interesting. But yeah, look, he's been losing to like Terrence McKinney via mounted guillotine choke. Tom Nolan. He lost to some guy named Tom Nolan, dog. He's only ever he went to a split with James Longtop. He got dorsed by Chase Hooper. I'm picking Matheus Camilo. Let's see, we also have the round and method now. Look at this. Look, you can't go 0 rounds, so you either, well, you can, you don't have to choose this, it's an optional thing, but yeah, you see, yeah, it pops up on there, I think. Anyway, yeah, let's see it. We're gonna say how does Borschev usually lose? We didn't look at Matheus's profile. Let's look at this real quick. He's 29 years old, 9-3, 5'10", 69-inch reach, so slightly shorter, same reach, and honestly, yeah, I mean, he hasn't even been in the UFC very much. He's lost. He hasn't even won in the UFC yet. Oh no, let's hide the canceled bout there. Don't forget to hydrate, but man, I mean, yeah, he's a younger kid. It makes sense to me, honestly. We're gonna go with Matheus, but like, how does he usually win? 4 KOs, 2 submissions, 3 decisions. I think Borschev is kind of durable, right? 4 decision losses, 2 submission losses, and he's lost by submission as well. Interesting. 3 times, all 3 times this kid. I mean, I think it's gonna be a decision fight. Yeah. For the kid, yeah, I mean, I guess decision. Oh no. Oh no, that's right, actually. Why, yeah, you can't increase the round or decrease it when you have decision selected, because a decision is a decision. It's either round 3 or round 5, although there is a technical decision, and that's probably what I would do here, is like, you got to choose the round first, round 2, decision. I don't think anyone knows what I'm talking about right now, but like, in terms of like leaderboards and stuff, this is like a picks website, right? It's going to be a picks website. As you can tell, you can pick fighters, and it's pretty dope. And there are such things as technical decisions, but I feel like that should be more of a power user kind of thing. Like, if you know, you know, but otherwise, like, I don't think there's any point in choosing technical decision. Getting that, I don't know, it's too much in my opinion. It's just too much. But yeah, you can choose a win by DQ if you want. That would mean that Borschev gets DQ'd. Yeah, this website's coming soon, probably. Maybe like within a month or so. We'll see. But yeah, as I tap into Tapology here, we are choosing Matheus via decision. Yeah, I'm going to do it on both because obviously I'm developing the site. I might be wiping the database and stuff. So yeah, next up, that was, it seemed like it took a while to do the first fight. Next up is Baisangur Susurkaev versus McConico. Oh yeah, this is the guy from Dana White's Contender Series, and then he fought like the next day or 2 days later, something like that, or was it a week? I don't know. It was like very, very, very short notice. As we yeah, go on here and check out their profiles. Baisangur Susurkaev, as they always seem to say. 24 years old, 6'2", 79-inch reach, or yeah, 79-inch reach versus 77. McConico, 35 years old. Yeah, I mean, you know who's winning, man. 10-3-1 McConico, 35. He's lost 3 times via KO. It's gonna be Baisangur. Yeah, 10 wins for Baisangur here. 10 or 8 via KO, 1 submission and 1 decision. And it was, when did he get a decision? Shane Sobnowski. It must be like a Polish guy. There's some tough folk out there, I guess. Wow, I really need to hydrate. It seems like my voice is going and I don't even talk that much. You wouldn't think so based on how long my videos get. But anyway, we're choosing Baisangur via round. When does McConico usually lose via KO? Let's see. Round 2 versus Nursultan. And round 3, round 1. Round 1. Excuse me. Round 1. KO for Baisangur Susurkaev. Wow, I don't know if my voice is gonna make it, but I'm gonna keep going. As we move on up the card to Angela Hill. I don't know why I'm really going on the UFC side at this point. Like, what's the point? We got Tapology and we got Minted MMA. Like, what's the point? I mean, it's official. It's the official site. I kind of have to. I feel like it, at least for now. Angela Hill versus Fatima Kline. Dear Lord. Let's check out their profiles. Angela Hill is 18-15. Yeah, that is definitely a woman's type record. Although she's like triple the record of most women in that sense. She's had so many fights. There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of losses, but it's still a lot of fights as well. And look at this, like all decision losses. 13 decision losses and 2 submission losses. She doesn't really get finished too often. And she's usually on the wrong side of split decisions. But we're going with Fatima just because Angela is getting a little bit older. And yeah, it's gonna be just a decision for Fatima Kline. We don't even have to check them out too much. Here's her profile. USA baby all day. She's 5'6", 25 years old, 6 to 7-inch reach does Fatima Kline have, and she is 8-1. Yeah, sometimes she gets finishes, sometimes she gets decisions. She last won against Melissa Martinez by head kick, which is good. She also got a finish against Victoria Dudakova. I always thought she was gonna make it like decently far, Victoria, but sadly, I'm sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. She just keeps losing. So I don't even know if she's still in the UFC at this point. But we're gonna tap into Tapology here, and I forgot to choose him. Let's choose him real quick via KO round 1. Yeah, there you go. And then Fatima Kline as well. Yep, via decision. It's a women's fight. Although, like, Angela Hill, overkill, may now be over the hill. Angela Hill. But I don't know. Like, I've always liked her fight style. She goes for it. She's gritty. and she usually like just loses splits. Like split. I mean, that's unanimous. Okay, there's a lot of unanimous, but there's a lot of splits in here too. Split. You know? Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a blue corner Fatima Kline as we move on up the card to Pat Sabatini versus Chepe Mariscal. Yeah, right here, Chepe and Pat Sabatini. Let's see here, 18 and 6, 33 years old, 5'7", 69-inch reach. A lot of guys tonight with a 69-inch reach. Let's see here. Yeah, Damon Jackson, Ricardo Ramos. And then Pat, though, Pat Sabatini. Let's see, Pat 20 and 5, 34. Similar age. He's 5'8", 70-inch reach. And he's lost via KO 3 times. When did he last lose? Diego Lopez. Okay. Damon Jackson pounded him out, ground and pound. Dang. I mean, Joe Anderson Brito. Honestly, Chepe's not from Mexico. You from USA, brother? Because it's the ones that come from Mexico that are quite a bit stronger. They got that Mexican grit in them, you know. But once you become Americanized, you're different, especially Mexican Americans. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Pat Sabatini on this one. I mean, I feel like Chepe is probably the favorite, right? We'll see. But I'll go with Pat. How does Pat usually get wins? Let's see. Yeah, you see, the picks are working across the pages too. Look at that. Oh, how beautiful is that? Anyway, let's see. How does he usually win? Decision. And Chepe, how does he usually lose? KOs. But he is on a big fight win streak, but not in the UFC. But he did beat Morgan Charrier. I mean, yeah, there's Steve Garcia. Good one. Or good loss. I mean, not a good loss, but good last fight. He was in the last event. Steve Garcia beat that man up, David Onama. But yeah, I'm going to go with Pat. I'm just going to say decision, even though I feel like he may get a finish on Chepe. I don't know. It's like 3 KOs, 3 decisions. Yeah, we'll go decision. As we move on up the card, let me actually put him on Tapology as well. This is going to get... I mean, eventually I'm going to not use Tapology, understandably, because I'm making a site and it looks just like way better. Put in a grid for now. Look at that. I think the grid looks better. It's just easier to make picks, like with the list, especially if you're following like the UFC list, right? So yeah, but you can reverse it, you know, with the other guys at the top of the card there. But let's for now keep it at a grid, compact it, and continue our picks. Decision for Pat Sabatini as we move on up the card to Kyle Daukus versus Gerald Meerschaert. That name, though. That name, man. Gerald Meerschaert, that's like a huge record. 37 and 20. Like, that's a lot of losses, but again, veteran. He's had a lot of wins. Look at his submission wins. 29 submission wins. He's trying to go for 30. He's trying to go for 30 submission wins. That's a lot, man. Wow. Impressive. Kyle Daukus has 11. That's not too bad. Too bad at all. 16 and 4. Kyle Daukus, 32 years old versus 37 years old Gerald Meerschaert. But look at Gerald's last, like he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah. And he's been mostly losing in most of his fights. So like, yeah. And like Kyle just has the kind of, he has the upward trajectory here. And he beat Michel Pereira via overhand right to ground strikes. That was a good one. It happened fast. I didn't pick Kyle, but I'm picking him this time. I'm going to pick him via KO. I'm going to say he gets Gerald out there quick. Round 1 KO. I think that's the right call to make right there, as we also tap into biology. KO round 1. Let's check out the tail of the tape here. 91% of people have Daukus winning that, yeah. As we move on up the card to the main card, or the, oh no, these are the prelims? Oh, we were on the early prelims, and now we move up to the prelims, starting with Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethyn Ewing. Interesting name. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethyn Ewing. I think it's Ewing. Yeah, don't forget to hydrate. Drink a lot of water. Malcolm Wellmaker is undefeated. 10-0, 31 years old, 5'10", 71.5 inch reach. And he just, oh yeah, he beat Chris Mutino pretty quickly. That was a good win because Sean O'Malley couldn't even really get Chris out there. Like, he couldn't knock him out. I'm pretty sure it went off, or the fight was stopped as a TKO just because Chris kept getting his face bashed in. Like, you know, you get CTE that way. But I don't know. I think that's what happened. But like, Sean O'Malley couldn't knock him out. And this kid right here, Malcolm Wellmaker from USA, he knocked him out pretty quick. So that's not bad. And he also knocked out Cameron Simon from South Africa. And also Adam Bramhold. Oh, that's Contender Series, right? That's why. Yeah, he's a little bit newer than I thought. But let's look at Ethyn here. Bantamweight. Yep, this is of course a bantamweight fight. 8-2 is Ethyn Ewing. Ewing. I don't. It's probably like pronounced way differently than it looks, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. 27 years old, 5'8", 68.5 inch reach. Didn't quite make the 69 that the other guys had tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be Malcolm. Malcolm via probably. Oh, I mean, Ethyn gets KOs 7, but who's he fought, dog? Uriah Faber's freaking. Nah. Nah, it's gonna be Malcolm Wellmaker by round 1 KO. It's gonna be 2 round 1 KOs in a row. As we also check out what other people have here on Tapology. In the tail of the tape, Wellmaker 97%, 93 of that 97% say KO, TKO for Malcolm Wellmaker. As we move on up the card, I didn't even realize this is on the prelims. Erin Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. Don't forget to hydrate as well. Let's check them out on the website here. Erin Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. 13-2 is Erin, 26 years old, 5'4". Yeah, I actually had a little bit of time to watch like the chopped up weigh-ins, the chopped up ceremonials or whatever, you know, where they just on YouTube real quick. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I watched like the face-offs basically. And Erin's kind of small. I mean, like, I feel like I was going for Erin the whole time until I saw her stand next to Tracy. And, like, she's smaller than Tracy, and I thought Tracy is a really tiny girl, you know? And it's like, man, I don't know. I mean, the good thing is, man, look at that. Manon Fiorot. Like, I don't know. Like, Manon, whatever her freaking name is, having a loss against her is not bad, especially when you're not getting knocked the heck out like our good girl Jazza Jazz did in her last fight. Real sad for Jazza Jazz, but like, that's not a bad loss, and that's like her only one. Oh, and I guess that was a thing. I guess I would have known before, but she did fight Tracy Cortez way back in the day in Invicta FC, and she lost via split decision. So that's an interesting one, but it's way long ago. February 2019. Too long ago. You don't look that far back Like, you gotta see, when was her last fight against Rose in November 2024? Has it been a year since she last fought? Oh no, Erin. 26 though. That's good. Tracy's 31, 12-2, 5'5". She's a little bit taller. Yeah, like I saw, or like I noticed during the face-off. 65.5-inch reach. Erin Blanchfield has a longer reach. Yeah, I guess that's probably why I thought Erin was taller, like bigger, was because she, like, proportions kind of matter in that sense. No, just the way our brain works. Wow. Don't forget to hydrate. Of course, this is a flyweight fight, and yeah, I mean, that's interesting though. Tracy lost to Rose. I forgot that's the thing. And Erin Blanchfield, like, handily beat Rose. Styles do make matchups, but that one's like kind of, oh, but Tracy also beat Jasmine, Jazz the Vicious? Wow. I don't know. I mean, I think I kind of hype up Jazzy Jazz a little bit more than most people would, especially after her last fight against Manon. But I don't know. I think Jazz is a good fighter. This one's hard. I'm going back and forth constantly, but I feel like Erin Blanchfield's younger. She's learning more. She's a little bit more active, even though Tracy's last fight was this year. But is she more active? I mean, I think so. I mean, yeah. I would say she's slight. I mean, I guess not. I thought Tracy has been, like, fairly inactive, but not really. Well, I mean, one fight a year. Yeah. I mean, she's just been active the last 3. Yes. Not even. I mean, I don't know. Depends on what you consider activity, because it's not like these are boxers. But I'm going with Erin via decision. Yeah, it's gotta be. I feel like I was leaning toward Tracy, and then I just kept kept changing my mind, but I feel like this is it. That's the pick to make, as we also tap into Tapology and see what other people picked. Oh, I forgot. No, I didn't forget. There we go. There we go. Here we are. Blanchfield via decision. Tail of the tape. Wow, yeah. 82% of people on Tapology say Blanchfield. And she's also the moderate favorite in the betting odds is Erin Blanchfield. As we move up the card to Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodrigues. Oh, interesting. Gregory is the favorite, huh? I don't usually look at these odds just before I go over here. But let's check out Roman and Gregory here on the website. Did MMA. Don't forget to check out the VPN as well. It's been popping in and out. That's a VPN I made, just like I made this website. Over 76 servers that VPN has. Amazing. Also, private crypto option if you like to use crypto. As we look at Roman Kopylov, 14-4, 34 years old, 6 foot, 75-inch reach. He last lost to Paulo Costa. That makes sense, I guess. Could be Chris Curtis. I mean, I don't know. Anthony Hernandez makes sense, because he's the underdog, is Roman. And Gregory is the favorite at 17-6, 33 years old. I always forget Gregory's freaking young. He's so young, dog, but his face don't look young at all. He looks so old. Like, you would think he's older than me for sure. He's not, dog. Even Roman's older than him. Dog, that's crazy. Like, look at that. This guy's lying. Something about his passport or his birth certificate. He's got to be lying about something, man. But yeah, he is from Brazil. As we take a look at his record, he beat Jack Hermanson by left hook. I mean, Jack's on his way out. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back. Jared Cannonier beat him by punches. Oh yeah, that was a good fight. like interesting as well, because everybody thought he was gonna run through Jared or something, you know, RoboCop, but not really. But he did beat Christian Leroy Duncan, who did that thing to that one kid in the last event. That was a pretty good win. But I mean, I'm looking at his record here, Gregory's, and I feel like he's been a little bit overhyped. I mean, good wins for sure. Good wins for sure. He's a tough guy. Like, I'm never going to deny that. And he's the favorite. But I'm going to go with Roman. And how does he usually win KO? I think he's going to get Gregory, man. I think he's going to get him. How does he normally... Hold on a second. Round 4. Yeah, and like Jared's not a killer. He doesn't go for KOs really. So he getting KO'd by Jared. And I get it. Oh, one of 2 fighters to have a KO in 3 weight divisions. Like, what the heck kind of statistic is that, man? The heck, dog? Of course you're gonna, especially as a heavyweight, man. Anyway, yeah, I'm going with Roman. The let's call it like round 2 KO. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling generous with the KOs tonight, though, I guess, as we also tap into Tapology right there. Let's give him a KO in round 2 and look at the tail of the tape. Most people have Rodrigues. Yeah, I mean, he's both the slight favorite on the betting odds as well as like a heavy pick for the Tapology pickers. Almost 7,000 people picked him. You know how many people are picking on my site? 1. Me. Just me, because it's not released yet, but it will be soon as we move on up the card to Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. Oh, Bo's the favorite. I'm looking at the odds now for some reason. I usually don't do that, and I'm just like suddenly doing it a lot. But yeah, let's check out Bo Nickal here. 7-1. He last lost to RDR, Vernier de Ritter. Yeah, he got kneed to the body. That was a bad loss for him. But he beat Paul Craig, Cody Brundage, Val Woodburn. Man, I think this is a decent matchup. And let's see his stats. 29 years old, 6'1", 76-inch reach. Yeah, because like he's a little bit too old to be like truly ingrained in MMA. He's like, he just has those bad wrestler habits, I would say, does Bo Nickal. And let's see, Rodolfo, 36, 6 foot. I mean, he's kind of getting up there in age, though. He has less reach as well by 3 inches at 73-inch reach. He's lost via 1 submission, 1 and 2 decisions. Let's see, Andre Petrosky, Cody Brundage, Armin Petrosian, Trayshawn Gore's decision with Trayshawn Gore. I guess Trayshawn's kind of tough. Decision with Chris. That's not bad. I feel like Rodolfo is more tested than Bo. I just... Look at that, though. Grappling fight team. I was about to say, like, I don't know about, like, the wrestling thing. But, like, you're with grappling fight team? Yeah. I'm not going with the favorite in Bo. Although, I couldn't, you know, I wouldn't say that Bo can't win. Of course he can. But, like, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to go with this guy. And he's just going to get, like, a decision. Because Bo's not going to be a killer or anything. He's just going to, like, play it safe, wrestle, get hit, back up, you know. I don't know. Then again, maybe he goes out there and he just subs this guy real quick. But I just don't see it. I mean, because he lost to Anthony via arm and guillotine, did Rodolfo. And Anthony is a freaking savage. So that's understandable. Like, to me, that's more credit to you, bro, for losing to Anthony. Because it's like, it's a test. If you lose, like, people think, like, just because you lose, you ain't learning or what? Of course you're learning with losses, man. as we also lock in our pick on Tapology, decision for Vieira, as we look at the, wow. Yeah, I mean, everybody's going for Bo. It's understandable. Plus, like, you know, I can see it happening. It's 83% of Tapology going for Bo Nickal, and he is a moderate favorite, is Bo. As we move on up the card to the main card, we start off with Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Yeah, let's check him out on the Minted MMA website right here. Beneil Dariush, 23-6. Oh, you're not from the USA, brother? His flag's not showing up. Hey, hey, what is AY? What country is AY? That's a 2 letter ISO code right there. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this guy's got his France flag right there. That's nice. Benoit Saint-Denis. Yeah, so this is a lightweight fight. He is weighing in at 157 pounds. He missed weight, did Beneil. You missed weight, boy? You freaking bum. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's funny. It's showing Beneil's weight because that's what the fatty weighed in at. But anyway, like, 36 years old. He's looking older than 36, man. 5'10", 72-inch reach. Versus the younger 29-year-old Benoit. He looks older than his age as well. But 29, 5'11", 73-inch reach. Benoit has, I mean, the only way Benny loses is freaking, he gets got. Like, he's never lost a decision in his life. He's only ever been KO'd and submitted when he loses. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Benoit Saint-Denis, and I think Benoit's gonna get him. I think he's gonna get him, like, with a sub, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 11 submissions for Benoit Saint-Denis. Let's see. He last beat Kyle Propolek. No, that wasn't his last fight, was it? Kyle? Oh, no. What? Is that right? Let's see. Propolek, 36. I don't think that was... Yeah, I think Hoofy. Wasn't it Hoofy that he last fought? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Some of the dates and stuff are a little bit out of order, maybe. Not sure. Yeah, I mean, they must be. These two say January 1st. So, yeah, that's definitely not right. But, yeah, I think it's going to be Benoit Saint-Denis. He's the first submission on the card, and he's going to take it pretty quick. They're gonna warm up a little bit, and then round 2, he's gonna be like, you know what? Beneil sucks. And he's gonna get him. He's gonna get him easy too. Yeah, that's the prediction as we lock it in as well on Tapology. We're double tapped in here. Dang, we got YouTube accountability, we got Tapology accountability, we got mintedmma.com accountability as we look at the tail of the tape. 70% of Tapology has Saint-Denis, and he is a moderate favorite as well. As we move up the card to Leon Edwards versus Carlos Cortez. Yeah, I feel like Carlos has been kind of like, he's got that that mad dog in him. He's like a dog, man, like a mad one that you don't want to be around. It's like, get away from me, dog. I don't trust you, man. You're gonna bite me. It's like, but that's kind of the personality you should probably have and need when it comes to MMA. And I don't know about Leon, man. Like, Leon's just, let's see. Yeah, he's from England, GB, Great Britain. 34 years old, 6'2". Is he? He's 6'2", Leon? I don't think that's right. 74-inch reach. Yeah, and he last lost to Sean Brady. understandable. Yeah, that Bilal loss as well. I don't forgive anybody that loses to Bilal. I know he freaking somehow had the belt, but I don't know how, man. Colby, Kamaru. Huh. Then, Carlos Prates, 22-7. Yeah, versus Leon Edwards is 22-5. Welterweight bout. 32 years old for Carlos, 6'1", 78-inch reach. Yeah, he beat Jeff Neal. He lost to freaking Gary though, Ian Machado Gary. Look at all of his other wins. Yeah, I mean, Edwards is not a killer either. So like when it comes to the toughness and like just the killer mentality, the upward trajectory, don't forget to hydrate, as I always stutter if I don't. I would say Carlos Prates has got this, man. I'm going to say Carlos Prates via KO in round 2. He's going to get Edwards out of there. He's going to get that boy out of there. And Edwards don't lose by KO. Because Edwards is a freaking safe fighter. Anytime he gets hurt, he plays it so safe. But I feel like maybe that's why he won't get KO'd. Maybe not. Maybe he won't get KO'd. But he'll still lose either way, in my opinion. We'll also tap that in to Tapology as we look at the tail of the tape. 76% of Tapology have Prates, and 80% of that is via KO. So I guess I'm not the only one thinking so. As we move on up the card to Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I'm pretty sure in one of those videos I made, I said, isn't that Spider-Man? But that's actually Miles Morales. That's crazy. I played the whole video game too. You know, whatever. Sean Brady is 18-1, 32 years old, 5'10", 72.5-inch reach. And his one loss was, of course, that KO via Bilal, remember the name, Mohammed, standing TKO. All right, yeah, he's getting battered. Crazy that you would get battered by Bilal like that, man. Yeah. Gilbert Burns, he beat via decision, but look at Michael Morales. Let's check him out. 18-0, 0 losses, 26 years old. He's a little bit younger, 6 foot, a little bit taller, and a lot longer reach. 79-inch reach versus basically 73, less than 73 for Sean Brady. Brady is built more wide than long, and I feel like he's also built to get KO'd by Michael Morales, who has 13 KOs on his record, 1 submission and 4 decisions. I would say, I mean, yeah, he's getting Neil Magny out of there. Magny's not easy to get out of there like that. Magny might lose a lot these days, or in his career in general, but he's a veteran, man. Like, he doesn't really like get knocked out that easy. Gilbert Burns as well. Look at that. Boom. If you don't believe me about Magny, you know that about Gilbert Burns. He's not that weak, man. He got that right hook and follow-up punches to his face. He got freaking KO'd in round 1 by Michael Morales, and that's who I'm choosing to KO Sean Brady. And I think it's gonna happen quick. Round 1, he's gonna blitz him quick. He's gonna blitz him. I'm sorry, Brady, All-American baby, but what? Oh god. Yeah. Why did it say Russia? That's so. Are you from Russia? I was gonna say that's so disrespectful, but then I looked at his face and like, man, his face is so crooked. I never realized that. Like his left eye is way lower than his right, and that's not from his nose being like broken. Like his eye's just way down here like that. Interesting. Oh. Anyway, we tap into Tapology to make sure we make our pick here as well. Michael Morales wins via round 1 KO versus Sean Brady. Most of Tapology, 66% have Brady winning, and Brady is the slight favorite. I imagine because they think he's gonna wrestle or something, but I don't know, man. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe he's just gonna grapple a lot and he'll just push Morale is up against the cage. Maybe he'll do something. I don't know. But I just feel like Brady's just built to get KO'd again for some reason. That's just been on my mind. As we move up the card to Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. Wow, Valentina's the favorite. I wouldn't have expected that. I'm choosing a lot of blue corner. Yeah, a lot of blue. We've chosen 12 out of 14. Look at that. We got the total picks up there as well. You know, let's check out Valentina. Let's reverse the card order and have them at the top now. Might as well. We're at the top. Valentina Shevchenko, 25-4-1. Look at that good record. And she was robbed in 2 of those. Well, in that one fight against the ex-champ, Alexa Grasso. And then in one of these against Nunes. And then the other ones I don't really remember. Maybe. Probably not robbed, but yeah. Decent record, 25 wins, 8 KOs, 7 submissions, and 10 decisions for Valentina Shevchenko, who's 37. She's getting up there in years. She's 5'5" with a 65.5-inch reach versus Weili Zhang, 26-3. 36 years old. Weili's older than I thought she was. I didn't even realize she was that old. I would have thought she was like 32. Interesting. That's an interesting. They both got the belts over their shoulders as well. But yeah, 5'4" for Weili, slightly shorter with a 2.5-inch reach disadvantage at 63-inch reach. She's 26-3, a little bit better of a record, but she has a little bit lesser of a competition on her record, I would say, for sure. She lost to Rose twice. Valentina. I mean, she never fought Rose, but she would have whooped her ass. That's for sure. I mean, she survived against freaking Manon, the one that got Jazz so easily in the last fight. Crazy. Like, just come on, girl. Dang. But yeah, this draw right here. Yeah, the split draw. That one was definitely not Alexa's. Like, Alexa didn't win that, man. She lost twice, Alexa. That's why there's not another fight. But yeah, I'm choosing Valentina. She's gonna win the alright, I guess I shouldn't put the rounds, but it doesn't matter. Be a decision, I would say. Versus Weili. Just, I can't choose against Valentina. She's basically the women's MMA GOAT, and she's just too good. I can see Weili winning for sure, but now that I see that she's just as old as she is, you know, I mean, Weili's quick. I think that's going to be Valentina's biggest issue. Weili goes for it as well. But Valentina's a very good counter striker. People don't seem to realize the amount of strikes she tends to hit on these girls. Kind of interesting. But yeah, we're going to go with Valentina Shevchenko via decision. Let's choose her on Tapology and tap into the tail of the tape here. 64% of Tapology have Zhang Weili. It is a near even fight, with Valentina Shevchenko being just a slight favorite. As we move up the card to the main event, we have Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. Get the last fight. We got the last fight coming up. Wow. And this is the first time I've ever been able to make a full set of picks on my site. It's also saving into a database. It's so great. So great. Just so much perfection going on. Ooh. Okay. Let's see here. Champion Jack Della Maddalena. 18-2, 29 years old, 5'11", 73-inch reach. Yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting because I feel like a lot of people say that Jack's like really big or something. I feel like he's not a big welterweight. He's like kind of just like a medium-sized welterweight. He's not small for sure for a welterweight, but he's not, I wouldn't say he's like a big welterweight. And Islam's probably like just as big as he is, man. 5'11", Islam's an inch shorter at 5'10". He does have a 2.5-inch reach disadvantage as Islam Makhachev at 70.5-inch reach. He's 34 years old, 5 years younger, or older, rather. 5 years younger is Jack Della Maddalena. And yeah, I mean, just like, look at this record of Islam, though. He Darst Hinato, who's usually the one that gets submissions on people. He choked out Dustin Poirier. He head kicked and hammer fisted Alexander Volkanovski. That's the freaking 145-pound goat, basically. He won via decision, and he did win that decision. He won 3 out of those 5 rounds for sure. Like, yeah, Alex did a lot, but he didn't win that fight. He freaking arm triangles Charles Oliveira. He ground and pounds. Yeah, I mean, like, this guy's a finisher. Look at that. 13 submissions, 5 KOs, 9 decisions, but like, he finishes like most of his fights. Honestly, he didn't finish like Armin and stuff like that, but that's fine. And let's look at Jack Della Maddalena. He last lost to not lost, but I consider it somewhat of an L to go with to a freaking decision with Bilal. I feel like Jack had a little, well, he did well in the fight. He did very well. It's just I have so little regard for Bilal Muhammad that I can't really give Jack that many props, because Bilal did give him some issues in that fight. It wasn't like it was a one-sided fight. I mean, like, yeah, Jack won handily for sure, but like, man, Bilal, you know, like Gilbert Burns, that makes sense. That's a good one. Need a ground strikes. Kevin Holland, split decision. Basil, Basil, whatever the heck his name is. Like, man, split decision with him. Randy Brown, rear naked choke. I mean, I'm going with Islam. I think Islam's taking it. They're going to warm up. They're going to fight. But Islam is going to find a way, probably around round 4, because Jack is going to slow down, and that's when Islam's just going to take over and get some kind of submission on him. Yeah. Let's tap that in to Tapology. Islam Makhachev via round 4 submission. As we look at the tail of the tape, he is a moderate favorite, is Islam, and 59% of Tapology are picking him. And this has been the card. Look at this. Look at this beautiful site. Look at the beautiful VPN. It's very affordable as well. Check it out, and check out the site when it's ready. I mean, just subscribe to the channel, Minted MMA. I've been Coin. This has been the picks for UFC 322, Della Maddalena versus Makhachev. Catch you in the next one. It's been good.